Wow. Are you afraid to travel because of what you see in the news? Is it even safe to travel anymore? Well, I'm going to talk about that coming up next. Welcome back, and thank you for watching Explore Travel TV, and I'm David. Now, if you like travel stuff like tips, tricks, travel vlogs, product reviews, please consider hitting the subscribe button and the bell so you get notified when I post up new videos. On today's episode, I really want to talk about, are you afraid to travel because of what you see in the news? You know, the travel news right now is just so full of awful things. For example, just recently there's been reports about the Dominican Republic, and several people have died because of visiting that island and certain the resorts, big name, all-inclusive resorts. And there's cruise ships that are crashing into each other and people getting sick on them, and riots in Paris, and Mexican drug lords that are chopping heads off of people and all that. Now, these things are super disturbing, and for most people would probably keep them from traveling. I posted this question on Facebook, and one of my friends said, and I'm going to read it, "You could not pay me to vacation in Mexico. The drug cartels and corruption are too much." Here's a quick story time for you. I faced the exact same situation back in 1986 when I was about to take my first out-of-the-country tour. And not only that, it was 18 countries in Europe in 46 days. But these were the headlines I saw before I left. There were multiple terrorist attacks in the same exact locations where I was going to visit on this tour. So, was I afraid to go? Yeah, not really. You know, the way I looked at it was, if I did go and something happened, then something happens. It's beyond my control. I can't do anything about it. But if I don't go and nothing happens, I miss out in a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to visit these wonderful countries. So I did go, and I visited 18 countries and got a chance to have this dream vacation, and nothing happened at all. It was a great experience, and I would recommend it for everyone. So let's talk about what you see and hear in the news. Well, of course, you're going to see and hear the most horrible things that the news can find, because that's what they do. They report these horrific things, and I think mostly just to scare people, to be honest with you. But what you don't see is the millions and millions of people, travelers and tourists that go to these countries, that have a great time, and they enjoy themselves, and the people that they meet there are actually really nice people. Most people in the world are good people. But you don't see that when you're looking at the news. All you see is the bad stuff. Again, millions of people travel to these places every year, and nothing happens but good experiences. I want to share a quick clip of an interview I did with my friends Damon and Todd, who have been living overseas in other countries, multiple countries, for the last couple of years. And I asked them about being afraid in those areas that they visit, because they're in Costa Rica and they're in some areas that can be really, really sketchy, according to the news. And here's what they had to say about that.
Yeah, some of the places we had some pause and we had some concerns. However, we just kept it at that, because it was one of these things where you do your homework and research, and like for one country we went to was Medellin, Colombia.
Which is the drug capital of the world. You know, I mean, that's Escobar, Pablo Escobar, and you know.
We told people we were going there, family and friends, and pretty much everyone said, "Wow, why are you guys going to go to Colombia?"
Yeah, I mean, that's a horrible place to go. I mean, that was really everyone's advice to us was like, God, why go there? That's just a horrible place, you know, drugs and murder and blah, 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 blah.
Well, big mistake. It ended up being one of the most beautiful places we ever gone to.
One of the places we could live internationally, if we were to choose a place to live internationally, could be Medellin, Colombia.
So you can fool around and miss out on a beautiful country if you just listen to one person say, "Oh, I had a horrible time there, don't go there." You can go there and go, "Oh my goodness, it was the best experience I've ever had."
Media thrives on fear. You know, fear and terror sells news. You know, Oh wow, it's all rainbows and unicorns out in Colombia these days. Well, that doesn't sell anything. Big deal. But yeah, oh my God, it's scary and frightening. People thrive on that. They want to read about it.
You do have to be careful and always be aware of your surroundings. Use common sense. Some things like don't go out after dark down some alley in downtowns and things like that, because, that's kind of sketchy. Heck, I wouldn't even do that in my own city. The U.S. government actually has a website for travel advisories. So when things like in Mexico or Dominican Republic happen, they'll put advisories up to just kind of use caution. They're not saying not go, they're just saying use caution when you go. Now, I'd love to know what your thoughts and experiences are on traveling. Does the news of these horrible events prevent you from traveling, or do you still go? Leave a comment down below of what you think and how you feel about this. Now, if you're afraid of traveling just because you're afraid of flying, I actually have a video over here for you to take a look at, and we talk about travel anxiety, which is different than what I'm talking about in this video, but it might be of interest to you. And if you're new here or haven't subscribed yet, please do so by clicking this button. I do appreciate it, and give me a thumbs up if you enjoy this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope I've inspired you to travel and live your life to the fullest. Remember, life is short, so live it and go travel.